gone.
He at least got the guy out at second. It'll be interesting now to see if he tries to. There, and the benefit isn't all that great, but he made it work out.
Chet Kenny is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 40, Chet Kenny.
MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball brings us to the great state of Florida and Marlins Park in Miami. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the New York Mets and the Miami Marlins. It's Marlins baseball, and it comes your way next. Lou Santiago will be on the mound for the series opener. What's your take on him, Dan?
One of the things that jumps out, if you look at that stat sheet, a very high whip coming into this start. One of the things he's going to have to do a much better job, keep traffic off the bases, keep the walks down, try to limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go of that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
Stepping in, Oswaldo Rivera, a real threat with the bat, currently the National League home run leader. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch, and he fouls this one off. Guys, this Marlins ball club, as they begin play here tonight, they've been in a serious tailspin of late, winning just once in their previous 10 games.
Yeah, Matty V, and you know what, D-Row, it hasn't been a very good homestand so far. They dropped the first 3 games.
Just runs up and spins him out of the way.
Even though that wasn't a fastball, it's never fun seeing a pitch come right at your head. Your first thing is to dive out of the way. It's not to see if you could see the stitching of a slider and decipher whether or not it's a fastball.
And the changeup is way low that time. And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Hey, D-Row, Larry Bullard, he's pretty much right down the middle. You see very few managers and players getting into very many confrontations with Larry.
Yeah, Larry lays in the weeds, Dan. Doesn't try and make it about him, and that's what the players love. He's got a pretty consistent strike zone, and he's approachable.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. And now a chance to meet the Mets. D-Row, what do you got in this lineup in the series opener?
Well, Matty, this team can do one thing very well. This lineup leads the league in home runs, and that's why people pay the price of admission. They want to see the long ball. Everybody loves home runs, and it's exactly what this lineup gives you. They get count leverage 1-0.
So digging in now, Oswaldo Rivera. He got called out on strikes his last time through. First pitch on its way. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And he gets around on one and hits it high and deep to straightaway right. A leap, but this is out of reach and off the wall. And the runner from second is in to score. It's a 3-0 game. And he's in there with a 2-run triple.
Yeah, when that left his bat, I thought it was out of here for a 3-run shot. But to his credit, he didn't hesitate or break into that home run trot. He busted it out of the box and was thinking triple all the way. Well done.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Alonso Bigay. He singled his last time up.
Alonso Bigay.
Bounce towards the mound. On to first, and that'll do it as they manage to not let this inning get out of hand. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's the Mets 3 and the Marlins nothing. The pitcher, Lou Santiago, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here. 2-2, here it is. Now, attempt here. And good hustle to get over and tag him for the out.
Sacrifice was in order right there as he gets the bunt down right there. And sometimes it's easier to just tag him instead of making that throw to first base.
Into the box, Oswaldo Rivera. He tripled earlier, making him 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Rivera.
Now the pitch. High in the air into shallow left center. Tupman has a play. 1 out.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range, heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
Now at the plate, George Linden. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered 1 hit to the top 3 guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
Towards second. Rivera has it. Throw goes over to third. Oh, he may have been a little tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. 3-2 pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. There's one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Don't go anywhere. More Tuesday Night Baseball after this. Coming to the plate now, Oswaldo Rivera. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Oswaldo Rivera.
First pitch of the at-bat. The knee buckler, and he swings and misses at it. Nicholas on at first, nobody out. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2.
Obviously not where he wanted that curveball to end up, but I guess it fooled him enough to get the swing and miss.
And a big cut at the breaking ball, but he comes up empty, and that's the first out.
Well, his struggles continue. It's been a rough go of it at the plate with him, and watching this at bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you can tell these things and exploit them.
Digging in once again, Ray Landrum. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. This will be swung on and bounced on the ground to second. The second for one, on to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now.
Boy, that's about as easy as it comes. A chopper, 2-hopper turns into a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play.
Striding in to start the ninth, Oswaldo Rivera, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1. Lewandowski is a reliever known for forcing contact. Not a huge strikeout guy most of the time, but he also doesn't issue a lot of free passes either.
There's a couple of keys to being a good reliever. One, if you have great stuff and you strike everybody out, or like this guy, not afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. He has good stuff, not great stuff. He's not afraid to let his defense help him out and make some plays. You know, something to keep in mind, they're really burning through that bullpen, and this is only the first game of the series. Definitely could have an impact on the rest of the series, and maybe even the whole week ahead.
Gets him to swing at a pitch down and out of the zone. 1-2.
That's just a great pitch right there. Great execution. He just got that hitter to think that pitch was knee-high. Nasty diving out of the zone.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Got him. And that's the third time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
That's the third time in this game he's gone down on strikes. Not the game he was hoping to have when he was taking batting practice, but at least his guys are ahead. Well, it's almost automatic for this guy as he puts another game on ice. That's save number 40 for the season. Clearly, this guy is one of the best in the game.
5-2 the final score tonight. The New York Mets took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. Michael Sy wins his team-leading 10th game of the year. Lou Santiago is charged with number 16 in the loss column this year. Bud Burns records the save, his 40th of the season. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshownation.com.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious New York Mets, 5 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. They left 15 men on base. For the Marlins, 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 3 minutes. A reminder that Marlins shuttle buses are available out.
From Little Havana, just west of downtown Miami, we've got baseball from Marlins Park. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the New York Mets and Marlins. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Kind of a strange outing in his last one, Matt. Was able to pitch into the 6th inning, wasn't able to complete the inning. It kind of got away from him in the 6th. It'll be interesting, Matt, to see how he bounces back in this one.
Now at the plate, Oswaldo Rivera coming into this one. His season home run total tops in the National League. Here comes the first pitch. Right over the middle, knee high. Guys, this Marlins ball club, as they begin play here tonight, they've been in a serious tailspin of late, winning just once in their previous 10 games. Nicholas, the runner at first, with 1 gone in the inning. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here.
Those 0-2 curveballs are really tough for guys to lay off. There's a reason it's such a common pitch in that count, but he did well to spit on it there.
Missed with a breaking ball. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate is Larry Bullard.
Hey, behind the dish, D-Row, Larry Bullard. Pretty standard guy, works it. The only problem, I think, at times, hitters have a little bit difficult time. He'll give a little bit on that inside corner and outside corner. Not very consistent.
Yeah, but Larry's approachable. That's the one thing. If you turn around and say, is that as far as you're going on the outer half, he's usually going to tell you.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Swing and a miss at the curveball, and there's your second out of the inning. And now a chance to meet the Mets. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, I'm excited to see if that man in the 6th spot can keep it going. He had over 20 runs batted in last month. Very consistent. A solid month, and I love watching him swing the bat. It looks like the focus and concentration is even better when he has...
Standing in, Kevin Tupman. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hard hit ball to second. To his left, Rivera. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Some more of the colorful characters here at the ballpark tonight. The 3 of us return with more Wednesday night baseball after this. Ready for another chance? Oswaldo Rivera. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Rivera.
First pitch on its way. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Well, fans of good pitching are in for a real treat today. Guys, what can we expect from the matchup?
You know what he is, Matt? He's old, dependable, and old, reliable. This is like you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but one of these things this guy does, he can adjust on the fly. He has plan A, plan B, and plan C. And if plan A is not working, he'll go to plan B. A great variety of pitches. And one of the things he does really well, Matt, he really disrupts the hitter's timing.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Justin Holder. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat. 2 out, nobody on. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. Miami down in order, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Now to the plate, the pitcher, Alejandro Santiago. He reached on a single in his first try. Landrum on second. Davison at first. 2 out in the inning. Out towards second. Right to him. Throw on to first will be in time, and the Marlins can't cash in here, and that ends the inning. A couple of walks, but no damage. The 3 of us return with more Wednesday night baseball after this. Next up for New York, Oswaldo Rivera. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Oswaldo Rivera.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Pulled toward right center field. Linden is there. 2 gone. Next for the Mets, Oswaldo Rivera, 0 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, not his game so far. He's such a good hitter. We all kind of expect him to pick up 2 or 3 hits most of the time. That's not really how baseball works, though.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that misses for ball 1.
This is one of those classic cases of the right guy at the right spot. They need to get a rally going, and this is maybe their best hitter, so.
Now a throw over. Runner back standing. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Nope. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
He's obviously been very impressive on the mound in this one, and I think the big reason why is his ability to stay out of the middle of the zone. That's kind of obvious, but it's clear to me that even when he misses his spots, he's not missing over the plate.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. A runner on first with 2 away. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher.
Full count with 2 outs now, so if he could put the ball in the gap somewhere, he could have a good shot of driving in a run because the runner at first will be in motion.
A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Mets leave 1. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit.
Well, baseball is a game of streaks and runs, so a 4-game skid happens to even the best of teams. The key is they didn't panic or press. They just came out here, played their game, and put the losing streak behind them, like professionals are supposed to do. Well done.
A 7-0 shutout final score tonight. The Fish jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Alejandro Santiago earned his 5th win of the year. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the
First opened back in 2012. We're live inside the cavernous Marlins Park in Miami. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the New York Mets and the Miami Marlins. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Martin Arroyo gets the starting assignment for the Fish in this matchup. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, listen, you don't have to know much about statistics to know that this is a bad one. How about this guy on the year as a starting pitcher? Left-handers are hitting over 300 against this guy. He's going to have to change something or he won't be pitching very long in this league.
batting third, second baseman.
Digging in the switch hitter, Oswaldo Rivera. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. First offering on its way. Very weakly on the ground. That winds up foul. These Marlins, as they take the field this afternoon, they do come in off a victory last time out, but they've really hit the skids here recently. Losers of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, Matty V, and you know what, D-Row, this is when you really get tested. They call it the dog days of August for a reason. When you're struggling like this team is right now, the games get long, the schedule gets long, and you start looking forward towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but you got to find a way, Dan. You know as well as I do. You got to look in the mirror. You're playing for way more, especially the way this team is underachieved. You got to keep grinding. You got to find a way to put your foot on the gas and show up to the yard every day ready to go.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to take. 0-2 fastball just off the corner, and I mean just off the corner.
Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
Boy, went from being in the driver's seat to now being in some trouble. Had the count 0-2, started nipping at the corners, and the next thing you know, this count stands at 3-2.
Fouled away. Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Mets. It's the Mets nothing. Marlins coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Digging in to try it again, Oswaldo Rivera. 0 for 1 here in the early going.
Oswaldo Rivera.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Started that swing a bit too early.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. High in the air into shallow left center. Madsen on the move. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So 2 runs on 1 hit, and the 1 hit was a big one, the home run. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. Mets out in front, 2-0. Ready once again, Oswaldo Rivera. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Oswaldo Rivera.
From the stretch. Oh, and there's a drive to deep left center. You can pretty much forget about this one. This is way out of here. So a 3-run shot to left center. Home run number 39 on the season for him. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
Wow, that's a tough one. Certainly not the way you want to start your day as a relief pitcher, giving up a home run.
Trying to pick things up where he left off, Oswaldo Rivera.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
Now, I'm sure these infielders know it, but this hitter can burn down the baseline. So if he puts a ground ball in play, the defense is going to have to make a perfect turn to turn 2.
The 1-0. Into right field. That's a base hit. And a good throw is going to hold that runner at third. So they're loaded now with only 1 away.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Looked like the guy on second had to respect it and freeze a little bit.
He had to freeze there for a second to make sure that line drive gets through, but eventually does get.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Now a double play ball here as this is on the ground to third. To second for 1. Relay to first in time, and just like that, the side is retired. Just what the doctor ordered. He gets the double play to get him out of the inning. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon business person special following this. Leading off the inning, Derek Madsen, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to get on base and ignite a rally.
Rivera is right there. And he will whip this one over to first in time for the out.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
So coming to the plate, Justin Holder. And these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look, they still have a significant hill to climb, but hey, they string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable.
Devine at second, Madsen at first, one gone. Line to the right side, but he'll barely have to move out there in right as he hauls this one in for the second out.
Yep, just another successful day at the office for these guys. But this one has a little bit of added significance, as that's win number 82 for them on the year. So they're assured of finishing the season with a winning record.
6-1 the final tally today. The New York Mets led this game from the third inning on and never wavered. Robert Muser earned his 9th win of the year. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game for the victorious New York Mets: 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base.
Friday night baseball under the dome at Tropicana Field. Tonight, the start of a 3-game interleague series between the New York Mets and the Tampa Bay Rays. Interleague baseball comes your way next. Andy Sawyer gets the call for game 1 of the series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
Second baseman.
Set to get his evening at the plate started, Oswaldo Rivera, batting just a notch below 300 so far on the season. First pitch fastball in on the fists for ball 1. Dan Dero, we take a look at the Rays entering play here tonight. They came out on the losing end last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
Yeah, Matty V. And you know what, Dero, this is when you really get tested. They call it the dog days of August for a reason. When you're struggling like this team is right now, the games get long, the schedule gets long, and you start looking forward towards the end of the season.
Yeah, but you got to find a way, Dan. You know as well as I do. You got to look in the mirror. You're playing for way more, especially the way this team is underachieved. You got to keep grinding. You got to find a way to put your foot on the gas and show up to the yard every day ready to go.
And we're just underway from Tropicana Field. Line drive to left. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. And they're going to hold him to a single here as they do a nice job of getting it back in quickly.
Hey, there's a bullet off the wall. The outfielder does a really good job of getting that one in quickly, but I think they had a play there at second base.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there, Dan. I got to believe you're busting it out of the box thinking two until somebody tells you no. I know it would have been a close play, but I think you got to err on the aggressive side right
The
there.
3-1 pitch. Runner goes for second, but he won't have to worry about a throw. Ball 4. First and second now with 2 away.
Well, he made quick work of the first 2 guys this half inning, getting 2 quick outs, but then he gives up a base hit and now the walk. We'll see if he has it in him to draw the line in the sand and get out of this.
Now in the box, Tom Cho. He's assuming the role of DH in this interleague matchup.
Yeah, Matt, that's one of the funny things about National League teams playing in AL ballparks. All of a sudden, the lineup kind of changes dramatically. But the cool thing is it gets more guys a chance to get some at-bats or time in the field.
Comes set and the 0-1. And now a bunt attempt here as he gets this one down. On to first, and the Mets are going to come up empty here as that ends the inning. 2 left for the Mets. And now the Rays will get their first opportunity in a scoreless ball game. Digging in, Oswaldo Rivera. He singled his last time up.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Here's the first pitch to him. And a neck-high fastball that time. Takes a knee-high fastball. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. He stays alive, still 2-2. The 2-2 one more time. Locks him up for strike 3.
Well, no preferential treatment there. Sometimes we see great hitters have their calls go their way on close pitches, but not this time. I think that was actually a good take. But on 2 strikes, anything that close can go either way.
Leading off the inning at this point in the season. To the plate now is the designated hitter, John Bryant. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now the 1-1 pitch. Towards second. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Some more of the colorful characters here at the ballpark tonight. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. Stepping into the box, Oswaldo Rivera. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Rivera.
Here's the first pitch to him. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Tejada sprinting after it. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And this will go down as a sac fly and an RBI as it's now a 4-2 game.
Great job there by this power hitter. Known for driving the ball out of the ballpark. Does the job right there with the sac fly and brings the run home.
Striding in once again, Ryan Herky. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Ryan Herky.
Now the 0-1. On the ground to short. This could be 2. There's 1. On to first, and they turn the double play. Into the box now, Kevin Tejada. He'll swing it from the left side right here. 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. Swung on and grounded out towards second. Rivera over to his left. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. But the damage is done as thanks to the solo home run. This is now a 1-run game. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. It's the Mets 4 and the Rays 3. Now batting, Oswaldo Rivera earned himself an RBI with a sac fly his last time at the plate. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. And it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. And even 40 home runs on the year for him now. And it's now 5-3.
Wow, with that blast, he will gain entrance into the elite 40-40 club. 40 homers, 40 stolen bases. Only a handful of players in Major League history have accomplished that. If he's not the runaway MVP.
So striding forward now, Ryan Herky. Simmons leads off first with 1 away. This one's down to third. Reined in. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. So you can mark that one down as an E5, and I'd bet he'd like to have that one over. At the plate, Oswaldo Rivera. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point.
Yeah, that last at bat, Danny, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile, but hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
He's set. Here it comes. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage.
Yeah, you know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now. And he gets him swinging. What a big out there, as there is now 1 away.
Well, his struggles continue. It's been a rough go of it at the plate with him, and watching this at bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you can tell these things and exploit them.
Next to bat will be the Tampa Bay cleanup hitter, Louis Petty. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. A bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
And the inning begins with a quick out number 1.
Yeah, that's what you want to do when you're playing on the road. Take it right to the home squad and get a win. Now the pressure is off. If they get one of the next two, the series is theirs.
This one ends with a 10-5 score. The New York Mets took the lead in the second inning and rode that until the very end. John Kirby earns his 6th winning decision in this one. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious New York Mets, 10 runs, 15 hits, 1 error. They left 17 runners on base. For the Rays, 5 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 55 minutes. Again, we remind you for your next trip to Tropicana Field that all vehicles with 4 or more passengers receive free parking all season long. Also, a reminder that extra PSTA buses for routes 18, 32, and 74 can be picked up outside the stadium.